Wait, why is it?
Twitch chat.
Wait, why is it?
Yo, everybody, what's going on?
Twitch chat.
Welcome to episode 14 of Unfiltered. I'm your host, ChanManV, and today, we got a lot of topics today. We're going to talk about Evo, talk about gaming communities, cross-pollinating, playing nice, Superstar Strikers Cup wrap-up. We're going to talk about the U.S. government recognizing LoL pro gamers as athletes and whether that's a good or a bad thing. Talk a little bit about MOBAFire.
What?
I don't know, we're just talking about it, okay? MOBAFire's challenge series and how it's a great place for non-LCS teams and whether we should see that in StarCraft 2 and that sort of thing. And last but not least, the Steam Summer Sale. I kind of want to hear what you guys would recommend buying and what kind of games to recommend buying because there's so many good deals right now. I just don't know which one to actually pull the trigger on. So it'll be great to get your opinions on that. But joining me today is, the one, the only, the dynamic Destiny. What's going on, Steven?
What's up?
And since we had so much fun with him last week, I thought it'd be great to have him on again. Mr. Liquid Sheth.
Hey.
How's it going? So how's the league been today? I saw you guys playing a little bit earlier.
Pretty good. Pretty relaxing.
Steven, relaxing?
Chill games, pub stomping.
Oh, that's good. That's good. What character are you playing these days, Sheth?
Me, just whatever. Any sort of support role. And then Destiny just kills everything and I just try and keep them alive to kill stuff.
The Draven train. Good stuff. So Steven, you look like you're at a different place. Where are you at, man?
I'm staying in Virginia right now for a month or two. My girlfriend.
Okay. Good deal. It's much brighter in that room, so...
Sure.
It's definitely good for the camera. Well, the Twitch chat, guys, is not working, as you can see, so I'd recommend having the show up and probably Destiny's chat up at the same time so that we can see what you guys are saying.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Thank goodness for Destiny.gg.
Oh, shit.
Alright, let me actually get this pop-out chat. There we go. Nothing like saying I love the thick cock when I bring it up, too. Gotta love it. Alright, so those of you that don't know what we're talking about, if you go to Destiny.gg right now, they have a separate chat channel there that we can...
I'll be back in a second, okay? I'm also making a food request for Aaron Leaves, okay?
Okay,
so
sounds good.
In and out for next 5 minutes.
Sounds good. Go. But yeah, so Destiny.gg has its own separate chat that's not the Twitch chat, which we'll be able to use at least until Twitch gets or at least my chat channel going.
Yeah.
So I can see everybody's spamming it already with that. Is that actually an emoticon, or I mean, how are they getting this?
Yeah, it's an emoticon.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Great emoticon.
I think it's for picnic. Not 100% sure.
Picnic?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh god, that's awesome.
There's a cat.
Yay!
Alright, time back.
Azrael. Alright, so I figured we'd start off with a little bit of news of just about events over the weekend. Started off with Evo. I don't know if you guys are into the whole fighting game community, but did you get a chance to watch Evo at all?
I watched a little bit. They were getting a lot of viewers, man.
Dude, no kidding, man. I think when I turned it on, it was like 140K or something watching Marvel vs. Capcom.
I know what game I'm switching to, damn.
You know what cracks me up is that, I mean, it was amazing to see just all those people watching, just the crowd was amazing.
It's really interesting, too, because I don't think there's much of a stream community for those games, is there?
I don't think so.
No,
I could be wrong. It's not too small.
I mean, just go look, right now, is anybody streaming those games, or?
Let me see. It's never been big, so I think Evo has been remarkable.
Minecraft's ahead of StarCraft's.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's great.
Oh hey, we're not doing that right now, Sheth. Come on, buddy. Why are there so many people playing Half-Life? Why are there so many viewers for Half-Life 2 right now?
For Half-Life 2? Oh,
someone's probably doing
one
a marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if you look down here, I don't even see a fighting game listed. But that could be just Twitch not listing it.
I mean, regardless, it's still below 1,500 viewers.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's interesting to see something that has a relatively small streaming viewership community pull in that many viewers on Twitch, curious how many people that watched like our League of Legends or StarCraft fans, how many are just watching because they're only like Evo, or people that follow the fighting game scene,
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people were promoting it, like, like Wheat and all those guys, that follow Evo also.
Fair,
but, a lot of it has to do with a lot of people just jumping on the train, just the popular train, too. When they see a stream that's got like 50, 60, 70,000 viewers, they want to see what's going on, right? And it just kind of doubles from there. But pretty amazing seeing it. Like, I love seeing just the two guys sitting in a chair with their fighting sticks in their lap. And I mean, I never see the TV. I never see actually what they're looking at, but I figure it's just like a normal TV I have in my den that they're fighting on with a big, blown up on the screen.
It wasn't huge. It was just like a TV.
I know. Oh, really? God, that's crazy. Cool. I mean, I don't know what they could do, but it just looks so. I don't know. Like we have booths now, right? In StarCraft 2 and in League of Legends, so I wonder what they could do to make it look better, because I feel like it just looks so, I don't know, low production.
It looked like a grassroots production, because I guess it was, right? Like,
yeah.
It was almost canceled last minute, or it was canceled last minute, and then went back.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember was it the week before? During MLG, the CEO was going on, the Alex Jabali's event in Orlando, and they actually put up like a boxing ring or a mini boxing ring that they all sat in and played in. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, so hopefully one of these days they'll do something cool where they can sit and they're not just like rubbing elbows together playing. It's like the weirdest thing. But no, it's great, really great for the fighting game community seeing just that many people watching live and as well as on stream. I mean, like I think I saw the numbers. It was 1.7 million viewers on Twitch. It's crazy overall on the weekend, and then it looks like 144,000 for Marvel Capcom 3, and then 134,000 for Super Smash Bros. Melee. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I watched the finals for that. I guess the guy who took first place might have lost one of the really, really early rounds and had to go through like the entire loser bracket to come and just win the final really convincingly. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Where is Steve? Steven's camera's like all blurry too when he's going. It's kind of interesting.
Let's go and play some Smash Brothers, man.
I know, seriously. I haven't played Smash Brothers in forever. I mean, I played Street Fighter not too long ago, and it was, oh my gosh, it was it was crazy. I was playing on my DS, my 3DS though, and they make it super easy now. You can push these giant touch buttons now to do all the combos, and it's kind of lame. I remember the days where you had to do you had to do all the moves like simultaneously, and it was so hard to do. But I think all those guys that are playing in the tournaments are obviously doing it old school. But yeah, so when's the last time you played a fighter?
Long time ago. Probably Smash Brothers at a friend's house 2 years ago, maybe.
Alright, good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while we're waiting on Steven, I just got something from Derek at One Nation of Gamers. He's announcing an eBay eSports charity invitational with Evil Geniuses and Team
Where is
Curse and Root for Root. It's ebaycharity.gg. Check this out. Okay,
Hi.
wow, let's take a look at this.
Can I read it in Katz's voice?
Yeah, read it in Katz's
Hi, awesome news. No, that's just I don't have a good Hispanic voice, but I'll just keep reading it in my own voice. Onog, in collaboration with Evil Geniuses, Curse and Root are engaged in a promotion with eBay. As you can possibly imagine, this is gigantic for esports. Bigger brands are taking interest in our industry, and we're extremely happy to be a part of this growing process. And what's even better this time around is for charity. The basic aim of the campaign is to help eBay promote two great tools. My gadgets allow you to figure out how much your electronics are worth. You can easily figure out the current market value of your smartphone, for example. Second tool is improved and easier listing process to sell items on eBay. Blah, 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 blah. Working together with esports, including SC2, Dota, LoL, and fighting games. It will feature tournaments, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah,
blah. We were just talking about, Steven, One Nation of Gamers just announcing a eBay charity invitational with EG, who is it? EG, Root, Team Curse, and I think that's it, right?
Cool.
Yeah, it's
Maybe,
kind of
yeah.
cool. eBay being involved is pretty neat. I actually know some people at eBay. I was thinking about a long time talking to people about esports at eBay, but it's cool that these guys have already done it.
They copied Destiny, GG. Made eBay charity, GG.
Uh-oh.
Pizza GG, Destiny GG, eBay
Yep.
GG.
You only have to get $5,000 worth of charity, though.
Yeah. I
That's
wonder
gonna be
what
done.
charity does it go to? Let's see. Is it going
That's
to
a
that
good
one
question.
charity, Steven? That one charity that we were talking about
Hopefully
a
not.
week or two ago? Oh, God. Was that last week? That was last week we talked about that, right? Oh, my gosh.
I don't think we did one last week, did we?
Did we?
I think we skipped last week because you were slacking.
No, we didn't skip. Dude, Sheth was on last week.
Were you on last week, Sheth, or was it the week before?
You're
Dunno.
crazy. It was last week, man.
Look in the call history.
It was last week. I promise you. It was last week. God. So they auction off... Okay, these signed items? Okay. Huh. Alright, check that out, guys. And there's also an event, too. And it looks like they have some brackets up on... I don't see the StarCraft 2 part of it. It looks like just the League part of it.
Yeah, I think there's only a league part.
Oh,
Oh.
that's lame. So how's Root involved, then? Does Root have a League team?
Yeah, they do, dude.
Dude, really? I didn't
Yeah. We haven't announced yet, but me and Sheth are playing for him.
know that.
It's gonna be me, Sheth, QXC.
Oh God, no! It's you, Sheth, Kiwikaki, and
We're bringing
Andrew.
Ija,
Andrew.
Yeah,
just because. Why
they're
not?
just gonna be our jungler.
Yeah.
Jungler. Good stuff. All right, so let's see. Where are we? Moving on. I guess we're done with Evo. Unless you want to say something about Evo, Steven.
No, cool for them that they got a lot of viewers. That's sick shit. That's pretty much it.
All right, good deal. Good deal. Let's
Good,
move
good on Nintendo for reversing their idiotic idea that they weren't going to let Evo stream the Nintendo games.
Oh
It's
God.
good they
That
changed
would've
that.
been- Which games would have that been?
Super Smash Bros.
I mean, Super Smash Bros. But is there any others though besides Super Smash?
But I know that Super Smash Bros. Got like 150k viewers, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the
That's-
big ones.
That's a super old game.
It's pretty crazy to think that that could have never happened if Nintendo didn't let them stream it. You know?
Yeah. Hopefully, it
been
has some
such a
kind of
letdown.
impact with them knowing that.
Maybe I don't know.
Okay, next up, actually, let me just sum up the events over the weekend real quick, just with the Super Star Strikers Cup that I did, and it went really, really well. I think we had more viewers than the last one by just maybe 1,000 or 2,000, so it's great. But Kings of
How many-
10,
How many did you have altogether?
somewhere like 14,000 or something like that.
Nice job.
Wow.
Yeah, just all together. And Kings of 10 made it look easy though. They had they won really easily because I don't know. I think the other teams just didn't get a chance to practice as much as they did last time. So that team was just dominating. They ended up winning, but overall went really well. The trash talking portion
Kings of 10 is that DJ Weed and friends?
yeah,
Yeah.
DJ Wheat, Wax Stevens, and then the Kaoken Titanium.
I figured they just buy those two players out.
Like,
Just find the two best.
Weed does give them incentive. I'll just leave it at that. He does give them
Have
incentive.
to turn to Mercs for
Brains.
star striking.
Hey, man.
Disgusting.
No fair play in this world.
Yeah, exactly.
What's it coming to?
No, but one person in the Reddit thread is asking, why didn't Steven participate in this last Star Strikers Cup? So I'm gonna put you on the spot. I asked you, so why didn't you participate?
Personally, I just don't like supporting ChanManV Productions. I'm a big America only work kind of thing, and when I see you foreigners coming over and stealing our jobs and shit, I'm not big on
Oh my
that.
God. Dude, I am a born American citizen, dude. None of that, man.
Dude, I have
No
so many
business
things
here.
on my plate right now. I can't even keep up with what I currently have, man. I don't have time to do Star Strikers too.
Yeah, dude, but you could. Dude, Star Strikers had a huge viewing audience, man. You could gain like a good 1,000 viewers. 14,000 viewers, man, right there.
Damn, dude.
But yeah, so anyways, successful event. I will do another one, probably not next month, maybe sometime in September, just to give a little bit of leeway. And Shawn, I'd love. I mean, or Sheth, it'd be great if you played. It's not on the hands. It's no different than League. Honestly, it's about the same. So
I'll test it out.
yeah,
See.
maybe check it out sometime.
Did you guys do you have like a prize pool for it or anything, or is it just like for fun?
It's for fun right now. Just mostly for fun. I mean, I do send out trophies, and your name gets plastered all over the Superstar Strikers loading.
If there's a trophy involved, that's not for fun, man.
Like a physical
it's a
trophy? Like
yeah,
actually...
it's a physical trophy.
Really?
Yeah, for each of them, I
That's
send
cool.
them out.
What? Like how big?
I don't know, like this big, like.
I don't have you on screen.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
what would be
like
adorable is if you got your kids to do like an arts and crafts project and make the trophies.
Oh my god.
I would play my heart out. I would play my heart out for Star Strikers if that happened.
All right, if I get my kids to make a trophy, you're gonna participate in Superstar Strikers Cup 2, 3.
It would make me heavily lean towards wanting to.
Oh god, you're so lame. You're so lame. But yeah. So, anyways, Superstar Strikers Cup 3. Look for that, and yeah, support Star Strikers. And it's a fun game, fun UMS, and StarCraft 2. Okay, moving on. Gonna talk about communities making peace recently, and kind of comes off of some of the threads that Axeltoss has been posting lately in r/League of Legends, as well as TL and r/Starcraft, and it has a lot to do with, I guess, making peace between the communities. And I think he even presents some ideas, like having some players in League coach StarCraft 2 people in how to play League, and then vice versa, and that sort of thing. What do you guys think of that initiative by him? And I think Husky posted something today that was a video of Nerdy Nummies. I think Ro made a Timo cake or cupcake or something like that. What do you guys think of that?
Have you ever seen every single movie ever that has to do with some kind of black person who's fucked by society and then they overcome it at the end of the movie? Like, say, like, did you see 42 with Jackie Robinson, all that? Or
I haven't seen it yet, but...
Or did you see, like, Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My wife loves it.
You know how, like, at the end of all of those movies, it's like, hooray, racism is over. Not really?
What is...
Do you see where I'm getting at yet?
I get it completely.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the animosity that exists between the StarCraft and the League community, I don't think is ever going to go away, because the community is made up of real live living human people who are fucking retarded, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. The thought was nice, though. I mean, it's cool that he's doing it, and anybody that he does convert is nice, but...
Well, I mean, is he trying to convert anybody? I mean, that's the thing. I don't know if he's necessarily trying to convert as much as it's...
He's just trying to find coaching for League for himself in exchange for StarCraft coaching. Like, that was his initial idea behind it. Like,
I think Axeltoss is a great guy who is, like, a little bit younger, I think. Yeah, he was born in 1990. He's only 22.
Yeah,
he's just a wee lad, right, compared to us, for sure. So Axeltoss is under the mistaken impression that if he gets together and he shows StarCraft kids that League can be fun, and he shows League kids that StarCraft can be fun, he thinks that people will actually look at that and go, hey, maybe we shouldn't, like, bash communities anymore because it makes us look like autistic man children, and it's really stupid. And yeah, but unfortunately I don't think that'll happen. But I applaud him for the effort.
I mean, how bad is it now? Like, of course, a year ago it was like at its probably all-time worst, but right now, how bad is it from the standpoint of League towards SE2?
League people don't give a fuck about SE2.
I know, that's kind of what
I they don't give a fuck. But the
Did you see Idra's, like, retraction post where he, like, apologized to League?
Yes, I saw that.
Did you see it, Destiny?
No, what?
Look at the Axeltoss thread. Well, he quotes it. He actually put it in the original post, at the end. He actually put it in the here, I'll show it to you. I'll show the viewers.
Link it in Skype too, so I can see it again.
Okay. Well, it's in the original post now, so just go to the... It's at the bottom, I think, of the original post.
Idra quote.
Yeah. Those of you, I don't know, can't read it for whatever reason, he basically just says that League of Legends is a much more respectable game than I guess he originally thought. I mean, I guess it's the TLDR. Now we need to get off our high horse.
How cute.
But yeah, so that's the same perception I have, is that the league folks don't have much of any animosity, I think, towards SE2. At least I can tell. It's always been more the other way around. Just SE2 community having just more of a, I guess, a highbrow attitude towards League of Legends because of the different types of skill involved. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I think it's just League has all the cards. Like, StarCraft people can complain a lot and bring up all these points about, well, StarCraft requires so much APM, the Korean players in StarCraft are doing so much more than the League players. But then League can just be like, well, why do we have so many times more viewers? And then the StarCraft 2 people have to be like,
Don't tell me what to do, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I mean, the problem is that the problem is that League of Legends is kind of like Barack Obama, and StarCraft 2 is kind of like Hillary Clinton. So,
what?
Did you ever follow the 2008 elections in the United States?
Yes.
Okay, so 2006 onward, it was pretty much Bush had completely and totally annihilated all support for the Republican Party, right? There was no way that a Republican was going to win the 2008 election. It just, no matter who was nominated, even the crazy attempt at nominating Sarah Palin to capture the people that would vote for a female, whatever, like, was stupid. Even McCain reaching across the aisle and trying to pander so much to both sides, like, there's just absolutely no way that a Republican was going to win the 2008 election. It was never going to happen after 8 years of Bush. So all of this time, from 2004 onwards, Hillary Clinton had pretty much positioned herself to be the Democratic candidate for the United States. Like everybody just kind of knew it was going to be Hillary. Hillary's going to be the president in 2008. The Clintons are going to be back in the White House. It was just like, it was pretty much accepted fact that if you asked anybody in 2007, even in 2008, like, who's going to be president, it's going to be Hillary Clinton. And out of nowhere, Barack Obama kind of got tremendous fucking support, and pretty much stole the election from Clinton, because I don't think anybody knew who Obama was in 2007, and even in early 2008 when the primary started, right?
Yeah, it was the Iowa
so
caucus that was huge. Yeah.
There was this huge buildup. All of the cogs were in place for a Democrat to be in the White House in 2008, and Hillary was positioned to be there, but she came up short, and Obama came out of nowhere. So understandably, everybody that was a Hillary supporter was toxic and vile as fuck towards Obama supporters. That was a really rough primary for the Democrats. If you remember the shit slinging that went back and forth between Hillary and Obama, holy shit. So that's kind of how StarCraft 2 and League played out, such that StarCraft 2 is ready to be this huge fucking esports. Brood War, kind of like Bush, had set things up such that esports were going to be pretty big coming up, right? Because Brood War was huge, there was a huge following after it, and StarCraft 2, like Hillary Clinton, was ready to be that esport in 2011, 2012, 2013, and then Obama, which is League of Legends, kind of came out of nowhere, and is damn. And then all the StarCraft 2 people / Hillary fans are butthurt as fuck.
I'll change it up a little bit. I want to say, like, in this analogy, Hillary even, like, was president for a year, and, like, she's supposed to have a 4-year term, and then just, like, she just gets evicted for no reason. And, like, we want Obama now. And then that's the end of it.
Wow. Connecting politics and
there
esports.
We
Good stuff here.
Try to do a little bit of everything here.
No,
but honestly, like, that's pretty much how it was. StarCraft 2 kids came from Brood War, and Brood War was, regardless of whether or not you hate it or love it or blah blah blah, Brood War was pretty much the definitive esport. Other games were kind of big, Counter-Strike and fucking Quake, I guess. Had their events. But Brood War was pretty much the definitive esport. Nothing topped Brood War's height of popularity in Korea. And, I mean, when you have that as your predecessor, why would you expect anything less? Which is, when StarCraft 2 came from. StarCraft 2 came from Brood War, which was the definitive esport in the entire world. So to not take its place, and then to see a genre of game come along that you consider inferior take its place can be really frustrating, I think. I mean, it shouldn't be frustrating, but it was for a lot of people,
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, I think that's kind of where we are right now, right? Which is it's the point of what Axel's trying to do, right? It's just kind of get our community to be nicer to them.
It doesn't work that way. Like I said, because I'm the fucking Nostradamus of this shit. No, not really, because I mean most people agree with me. It was Blizzard's imperative to make sure that things got off on the right foot, and they didn't, and they fucked up. And Blizzard is not the kind of company that can be managing an esport. They're just not. They don't care enough about the scene anymore, and they don't have the they don't have the common sense, I guess, to manage it, because other companies have come along with way less financial capital and backing and experience as Blizzard, and they've done it 20 times better. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I just think Blizzard is the kind of company that can. And I mean, if you look at Brood War, I mean, it kind of points to that too. Like, could you really say that Blizzard was the reason why Brood War was as big as it was? Like, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's more cast, but
yeah, no, Blizzard didn't do shit for Brood War. You know, Brood War was all of the endemic organizations within Korea that got that shit rolling and got that shit so insanely popular. And more or less, it's kind of what had to happen for StarCraft 2, except we weren't even given a kind of the best game to work with, because the user interface and everything was so fucked in early Wings of Liberty that it turned a lot of people off immediately, you know? So other companies saw the potential. Other companies like Valve and Riot and even the Worlds of Tanks people like came along and are trying to build their own shit, and they're doing it in such reactive, community-oriented ways that Blizzard just can't really keep up these days. Whether because they don't want to or because they're unable to, I'm not sure, but it's kind of how it's going right now, in my opinion.
As much as I like completely agree with all of that, I just want to say that I do think that all the people who work for Blizzard, like individuals, like maybe this Cloakin and a few of these other guys, like David Kim, like they try their best.
Yeah.
Just the Blizzard entire like entity that is Blizzard just can't do it.
I mean, it's huge.
I just feel bad for those.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a company that has, that's had a huge amount of success the last 15 years, right? Maybe even longer, 20 years, probably 20 years. Yeah.
Sure.
And they have all these marquee titles, and it's always been about just game development and nothing else. So, comparing them to Riot, or comparing like how fast things get done compared to those other companies is not completely fair, because like the design of the game was, for a lot of these games that we're talking about right now, I mean, eSports is already mine.
I think it's fair. I think that it's easy as a fan and as a layman to kind of sit back and say like, well, promoting games is really hard, or doing that kind of stuff is really hard. But when you're like a AAA multi-billion-dollar company with Activision, I'm not sure how big Activision is, it's kind of your job to figure that stuff out and to kind of move forward. Like the Battle.net interface that we got launched at Wings of Liberty, that wasn't acceptable in any universe. It wasn't acceptable, and it was something they could only get away with because they were like, if StarCraft 2 was launched as any other game, like if they just called it like fucking Warcraft in space, or if they didn't call it StarCraft 2, would it have had anywhere near the success as it was because it was the successor to Brood War? Like,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It definitely wouldn't have. People would have picked. Like,
I wouldn't have even looked at it.
We had to fight them for chat rooms. Like there's too much. I'm not comfortable with the cop out that, well, Riot is a different company or blah blah blah. Like Blizzard has everything that they need to do in order to get something like that off the ground. Like after 6 months, Blizzard could have fired their entire esports division, and they should have just hired like 20 people from the community at a fifth of the wage, and they could have gotten something way better off the ground. Can you imagine like Day9 and Husky and even like fucking Xeris?
I have no idea why they didn't hire those guys.
Yeah. Could you imagine them working the esports division for Blizzard? Like, it would have been perfect.
How is Day9 not a Blizzard employee? Like,
yeah. Like, I don't know. I just think. I mean, obviously, it's easy to say it. Actually, I'm not even gonna say it's easy to say now, because I was talking about this shit for a long fucking time. But there's just so many problems, man. Ugh.
So I think you're right in a lot of those things you're saying, and recently they've been trying to kind of catch up, right? Just with a lot of things they're doing. So, do you think it's possible for them to catch up at this point? I mean, I just saw that Frank Fields left, which kind of sucks, because I always thought Frank Fields was a pretty good guy to have there in their esports.
Hey, wasn't Frank part of he
was part of IPL. He came over with the whole IPL thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess. I don't even know how much Frank did for IPL, but
he was a pretty big part of it. Like a lot of the planning, and I believe just a lot of the tournament. Just I think he's mostly like the tournament structure guy.
Okay.
I believe so. He wasn't on the marketing side. Like Kevin was on the marketing side and stuff.
Sure.
But he's left Blizzard now. I think we'll find out what he's going to be doing soon. I think he told me he'll probably announce something soon. But yeah, so they kind of lost a good person there.
You know how we were spending a while talking about how it would be so dumb of Nintendo to not allow them to have Smash Brothers at EVO?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the reason it would be done right is because you're removing exposure from your game, from a huge event, and you're making a lot of people who really enjoy seeing that content not be able to see it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for Blizzard, where they had the situation where we have all these commentators, we have all these players, we have all these people who could be focusing entirely on this content for us, and we're just not going to help them do it. So like Nintendo did nothing, or like they tried to stop it. Blizzard didn't try to stop it; they just didn't do anything. When they could have used the opportunity to like say, "Hey, we want this exposure," do something with it. And I feel like that would have been a really good move, especially because the way Twitch was working, like, what was it, like a ridiculous percentage of the streamers was StarCraft.
StarCraft, yep, that's true. I mean, it's not like they can't do. I mean, they can still do that. I mean, it's not like these personalities have moved on. I mean, they're still there. Day9's still in StarCraft. I mean, Husky's still.
Yeah, but the problem is that
exclusive.
it's you on a market like this that moves as quickly as it does. You can't wait for somebody else to figure it out and then try to hop on afterwards. Like that's like when Heroes of Newerth waited until they were dead with 30,000 concurrent players to finally switch to free to play. You know, like way too late at that point. Way too fucking late at that point. There's something special about being the person who's positioned in that initial growth spurt and being able to capitalize on all of that initial growth that you just can't capture that kind of the market again. Like it's not going to happen again unless they do something incredibly innovative or invigorating again, which I don't see happening. But like I don't know, like Blizzard fucked up a little bit.
Well, the market is just bigger in general now, so the piece of the pie that StarCraft has hasn't changed that. I mean, the amount of money or the amount of viewers that they have right now isn't that much different than it was before.
It is, though. It is.
Percentage-wise, it is by a long shot. But don't you think the raw numbers are still?
The raw numbers are still
at
okay.
best? I mean,
The raw numbers are still okay, but
I mean, what were the highs like Shawn or Sheth back in the 2 years ago? I mean, we never got crazy like 150,000. We've never gotten that.
No. But the problem was that everybody was investing money under the opportunity that it was going to become much higher. Like, go listen to any old Sundance interview when he talks about how MLG is doing and everything. Like, the problem was post 2011, at the end of 2011, as everybody was expecting in 2012 that we would see like 200,000, 250, 300,000 concurrent viewers on MLG streams for StarCraft 2. Like that's where everybody thought, or even more. That's where everybody thought it was heading. That's why you had all these companies like IPL open up. That's why you had all these teams opening up. That's why you had all these team houses opening up. The ministry one that I went to, all these other things, all these projects going on, organizations like IPL and everything. All of these things were founded on the idea that the explosive growth that we kind of saw in 2011 would carry over into 2012 and it would continue to be exponential. When that growth didn't happen, that's when you started to see all the teams shut down, all the Slayers, and I don't even know, dude, how many teams shut down in 2012?
I think they just said NSOSO is shutting down too.
Just now.
Yeah. Like all these teams, and then you saw like IGN, Axe, IPL, all of these things started to happen because the explosive growth that we were investing for and hoping for in 2012 didn't come like we were hoping in 2011. So even though the viewership is kind of the same, the amount of prize, the prize pool and the scale of events and the salaries that we get on teams are not really what we want. We don't want this audience. StarCraft 2 always wanted an audience at least like 4 to 5 times this. So we still have the same viewership we do now, but that would kind of be like if in 3 years my son grew an inch, and you were like, why is Nathan only like 2.5 feet tall? And it's like, well, he was like 2 feet tall like 2 years ago, and it's like, yeah, but like it's not what you're expecting,
Yeah, I mean, it's true. So do you think, you're blaming a lot of what Blizzard did just within the game and that sort of thing. How much do you think is external factors, meaning a lot of things that we've been talking about recently with region locking and that sort of thing? I mean, how much of it is that are the players at the top of the game, the best players in the world at the game, are not in the U.S.?
I mean, there are things that you can do to foster U.S. scene. Like, look what Riot's doing, man. All this shit with LCS and everything. Jesus. Have we talked? We haven't talked about it. They were able to go to the U.S. government and they were able to get those Class B visas or whatever secured, so people could come over and train for it. Yep. LCS teams are all fucking salaried and shit. League has. Why was League the first company? I hate bitching about Blizzard. Fuck. I feel like I do this too much, or I used to a lot, but I haven't in a while. But Why did League have all of their tournaments, every tournament like in their client, and it took Blizzard, now we're like really happy when we see like, oh my god, it's so cool that Blizzard has it on clients. Like that's been standard for Riot. It's probably been standard for Valve too. I don't play Dota 2.
Yes,
but,
yes,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Valve has
even more so.
Valve has
Even
the
more
stream
so.
in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
you can
so-
actually jump into the game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So the idea that there are external factors that are forcing Blizzard to suck dick is a little bit disingenuous to insinuate that. I don't think that's true at all. I think it was all within Blizzard's control.
There was a moment when, like, Rich, who's like TL's
TL Rich.
tech guy or whatever,
Mhm.
and like you saw the TL growth graph go up, and then it just stopped growing as much, and like normal people would be like, oh, it's just not growing as much, and Rich was like, no, it has to keep this certain graph like tendency. Now it's gonna drop, and you're just not keep growing, and it did. So like it's just that point where the growth just stopped for whatever reason.
Yeah.
At that rate needed to keep it going.
Yeah.
I see.
I wish
maybe-
Blizzard would have just did some fucking microtransactions or something. They needed to make more money on StarCraft 2. They needed to find a way to generate more money out of it so they could allocate the resources. When I talked to that Blizzard dude, I don't even know what his name was, basically every new topic that we brought up or that I talked to him about, every single thing ran into the brick wall of, well, we just don't have the finances allocated to do that, Hopefully when Heart of the Storm comes out, like, we can pump through some things, but right now we just don't have enough engineers assigned to it. We don't have the resources. And then I'd always say, like, well, why is it that Valve or Riot is able to do it? It's like, well, look, they've got so many more people working for them, and they can allocate the resources, but we can't. And it's like, so all right.
I mean, I don't necessarily know if like creating a different revenue channel would actually fix that or not. I mean, that
Oh,
could
I
just
think
be-
so. Because a different revenue channel gives them more people that they can assign to the game to actually look after it. Like Riot has the perpetual incentive to release new champions, to make new skins, and to keep their game playable, because as soon as it's not, they lose all their money. With StarCraft 2, all you have to do is ship a product and you're done. That's why we saw the whole plethora, the cornucopia of changes when Heart of the Swarm launched, because they had to push product out the door. But as soon as they push the product, they're done. They don't have anything else to market. They're not selling skins. They're not selling anything in game. Like, their only concern is just shipping the initial product. You'll see a whole flurry of change come when Legacy of the Void comes too. You're going to see a bunch of new Battle.net features again, and then after that they'll go back to not really changing much, except maybe patching the game in terms of balance.
And it makes a little sense too, considering that Blizzard was almost one of the pioneers with WoW and with their different mounts, and then even with Diablo, like I'll give them that they had an okay trading idea with using the real money auction house and the other one, like they've had the ability to take a whole bunch of money from people through these things, like through these microtransactions, to give them a huge revenue. They just haven't created it with StarCraft for some reason.
I see. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, the WoW team, I think, and the StarCraft team obviously were completely separate, even though they're the same company, right? They
Yeah.
totally
But I mean,
different.
you should be able to look and be like, hey guys, how'd you do this awesome microtransaction stuff, and how can we apply this to our game so that we can keep putting forth these features that will make this game interesting and important to help people,
Yeah.
give us more money, keep the
Yeah.
loop going.
True. So I guess obviously we can keep looking backwards, and Steven could just like continue the same rhetoric he's had in the past. But
Hell yeah.
looking forward now with it,
Oh, I'm sorry. Real fast. There was a reason why. I'm sorry. Initially, you had asked, do you still see this kind of animosity between the communities?
Yes.
And I thought you saw it a little bit when that thread came up. When instead of like, League has visas for blah 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 players in the StarCraft community, I think the thread was literally titled, League of Legends has gotten visas for their players. Why hasn't this happened for StarCraft 2 yet? And what can we do to make it happen? And it's like, damn. I don't know. I felt like when I was reading through that thread, I felt like there was a little bit of the butthurts going on. Maybe not, though.
well, I think yes, I agree with that. There was some butthurt going on there, but it wasn't. I don't think it was animosity towards the League people. I think generally everybody was a little congratulatory of League getting, making that happen, or Riot helping make that happen for the League folks. And we just wish we were in position to do that too. I think for the StarCraft 2.
I mean, we are, though, if Blizzard would do it, but... Sorry, yeah, I know what you mean, though.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so transitioning over to, that segment, talking about just the League pros being recognized by the U.S. government as athletes, and thus the working visas would be much easier to get, for a lot of these players.
It's a funny topic too, because I know, or I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of the WCS pros who want to play in the NA scene from Korea or other things like that, maybe Korean scene to Europe are having troubles with visa issues. So it's just a small irony there.
Yeah, that's true. So for League, so I'm just going to pose the question: is it a good or bad thing, or and so the good? I think the good is obvious, right? Just a lot of these players that are on teams that are from foreign countries are going to be able to come into the U.S. and live with their team for much longer and practice and participate in a lot of these events. What's the bad side of all this? Is there any bad side to all this?
I don't think so.
The public could.
I can't think of anything either. And I guess in terms of, I don't think I can think of anything in terms of League for sure. I think in StarCraft 2 it could be bad. It could just exaggerate what an issue that we have currently with like WCS America.
I don't think it would change it much. I mean, I think give us one more season and it'll be something like 90% Korean. I mean, you're not going to change the linear progression too much by giving them visas easier. I don't think.
Yeah, well, true. I guess it's already greatly Korean, but I mean, imagine if we had even more Koreans. I mean, imagine if everybody that was qualifying or playing at the qualifiers were just Koreans too. So I mean, we would literally be at 100% possibly. Anyways, yeah.
Hello, cats.
Europeans are doing pretty well in StarCraft 2 still, aren't they?
There's like three Koreans in their group, but yeah, they're doing really good against them.
Yeah.
The latency issue affects it a lot, though.
Sure.
That's true. That's definitely true. Well, okay. Well, I mean, again, it's pretty great for I think any of the pro gamers in any of the games to have the U.S. government, I think, categorize them as athletes. I know I saw Odie's. I think Odie posted something that was talking about it and how it's just, at least for his team, it was definitely going to help a ton with some of those players. What is that?
I don't know.
All right, we are animal watching on Unfiltered today. Okay, let's see what's up next. Okay. So I had this topic because I remember you were saying, Stephen, that you were going to try to get ready for the next season of LCS.
Yeah, maybe, hopefully, possibly.
And then I was talking to just some friends I have at like MOBAFire and stuff, and I wasn't following the MOBAFire Championship Series or Challenger Series much, but I took a look at it like recently and realized that this is like the perfect place for all the non-LCS teams to play in their Challenger Series, which is like a 10K type of league.
Sure.
Have you considered that as a?
No, I haven't even seen it yet. I have the worst luck with 5 teams. On the last 5 team, I have there were 2 people that had to work so much, so we could never really play that much. And I'll try to do another one again.
What? Try to do another team?
Yeah, it's just really hard to find 5 people that can play all the time. It's really hard.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you had one. Shoot, I thought you had one set.
Yeah, we did, but it was really hard for people to play. There were 2 people that had to work a lot, so.
Yeah. But the thing about MCS is, I think the times I've seen their stream up, they get anywhere from 2 to 5K viewers while it's happening, and these are all, again, not the LCS teams. These are some of the academy teams, like Curse's academy team, and maybe even Complexity's academy team.
Sure.
So it's kind of cool that they have this type of, I guess you could call it minor league farm or system there.
Yeah.
For teams to even play for $10,000. Do you think there's a market for that in StarCraft 2?
Definitely, it's a big market. I mean, the LCS is huge, but there's pretty much fuck all to do in between seasons or during a season if you're not in LCS. So yeah, there's a big market there to try to capture that amateur.
Mm-hmm.
The non-LCS teams. And so yeah, definitely they could get it going. I mean, that'd be good. I haven't looked into it yet because I don't have a 5 team, but.
Yeah, what do you think, Sheth?
I agree. I wish, I think there's obviously, people like storylines, people, even if you're not going to get the huge amount of numbers, we can go back to EVO. EVO proves that, small-ish, well, EVO's not small, but small games even, so this game's much bigger. Small events for that sort of thing can still be really, really cool. Just gotta do it.
It kind of sounds like MLG's trying to do something like that, right? With the whole smaller events around the nation, instead of only doing giant championships. So I definitely agree with you there. I mean, I think the numbers could be pretty great if just done correctly.
I will say MLG has a long history of saying, we want to do a bunch of grassroots things, and by far, in America, they're great for it. They're the best, corporation for helping grow NA. But every event, they also fly over like 20 Koreans that are obviously going to win the tournaments. So I don't know.
Yeah, and that kind of started up. I mean, that started up when they
started up when I started going to MLGs.
Yeah.
It was very sad. It was like the one MLG I go to. Before that, it's all foreigners, and the one I go to, it's like, we're just going to invite Koreans.
Who were the first Koreans to come?
Like MVP? Was he one of the first?
I'm sure he was one of them. MMA came over. MMA won the first one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it might have been MMA. I kind of remember that. Obviously, it was the GSL folks. I mean, or the ESF folks first, and then the Kespa guys later. But yeah, and that's that was a pretty critical moment in in terms of, I think, StarCraft 2 here in NA in America. But we've seen smaller events that have Koreans also in it, but not just that many Koreans or top Koreans like the Lone Star Clash that have done decently, like in the past, with 20 to 30,000. So I mean, I think we could still pull that off, even with just I mean, imagine if we had all North American players in a tournament, like Huck and Scarlet and Sheth, like if you were playing again, and just all the big names. I mean, what kind of viewership do you think we could get?
I mean, isn't that kind of what Total Biscuit tried to do?
It was online, though. You know what I mean? It was
still. I mean, even though it was an online one, it still got a ton of viewers. Plus, I know it had a lot of problems early on. Mm-hmm. Like Total Biscuit's internet was down for like half of the tournament or something.
Yeah. It's true. And I think that the viewership numbers were somewhere in the 20s. I think it was in the teens, in the 20s, something like that. So yeah, it could definitely have been better, but I think there's something about a live event too, with all of you guys there too. Just getting to see you guys on camera and see you guys interact and things like that draws a lot more viewers too.
Sure.
Okay, maybe we're just blowing through these again.
Damn, dude.
Okay, let's go to. All right, Steam Summer Sale. You guys been checking out any of the games that Steam's offering right now? No?
I've heard a lot about them, but I mean, fuck, we're busy playing League, dude.
God, you bastards. Well, maybe the viewers can help then. So what viewers, I kind of wanted to get your opinion as to what games you think are worth getting, because, I mean, looking at the summer deals, there's so many games, and I just don't know which ones. I don't have time to play
Dust. Check out Dust. It's a cool game, fun game.
Which one? Dave's?
Dust. D-U-S-T.
Oh,
is that the thing that's going to merge with Eve?
No.
Is that Dust 514 or something?
No. Wait a minute. That's the little side scroller game.
Okay. Oh, Dust, right here. Oh, Ellison's Tale. Oh no, that's the game. Right, let's see this.
Grab it. Right.
When the land of Elysium was given form, 4 elements were crafted from the ether.
No, Microsoft Studios. It's made by like one guy though. Who did like all the artwork and the programming.
Cleansing the world of its corruption.
I tried out Cube World. That was pretty fun.
Which one?
It's called Cube World. It's not on Steam though.
Oh, okay.
That's another little game I've messed around with.
Destiny is blurred.
My cousin just got 1 million subscribers on YouTube like 2 days ago.
Your cousin?
Yeah, dude. I'm so happy for him.
Who's your cousin?
Etho? Or Ethos Lab. He's like a Minecraft player.
Oh, is he? Wow. Man, 1 million subs is that's impressive, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you played Dust?
No pressure or anything.
Yeah, I beat that game.
Nice. Is it on Steam?
Yeah, it's on Steam.
It's on Steam.
Buy it.
Nice.
Looks pretty cool. It's an MMO?
No. It's just like a little 2D side scroller, like Metroid or Mega Man.
For the journey ahead. Who are you? Merely a friend with many wares for sale. Shall we conduct business?
Okay, looks pretty cool. That's a candidate right there. That's $7.49 right now. That's so cheap.
Nice.
Crazy cheap. Let's see what. Have you guys played Terraria?
Nope.
I've heard of it. I've seen it played before. It's like a two-dimensional Minecraft almost.
Yeah, exactly. It's like $2.49, super cheap. Dishonored's $10. Never played that. Let's see what else is there. That's. I'm looking at $10 and under. Where's that $10 and unders button I saw yesterday? Skyrim's $35. Let me see. Not free to play. I don't want to go free to play. God, where was I looking? That had the different prices and stuff, or the different. So there it is. There it is. Okay, here we go. Under $10. Sorry, let's look at this. So, Max Payne 3. I haven't heard much on that. Crisis 2. Okay, Portal 2. Did you guys play the Portal games?
No, I heard about it.
I haven't finished the first one.
I finished the first one, but mostly only been watching people play the second one. It's Deus Ex. I've never played this.
Deus Ex was a cool game.
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. How long did it take you to finish?
A few days, 3 or 4 days.
Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe I get that too. Let's see, Amnesia's $4. God, there's so many. DMC is $7.49. Devil May Cry. Torchlight. Oh, I heard a lot about Torchlight.
I started to play it. I guess it's like Diablo 3, I guess.
Yeah.
Couldn't get into it myself.
The first one I remember was fun. I played the first one quite a bit. Diablo coming out on the console soon. Did you see that?
The what is?
No comments.
Diablo.
Oh. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me, but whatever.
Makes perfect sense, man. Gotta get that money, man.
Guess so. But, like, why do you have developers who are working on that? God,
Why the fuck does my webcam keep being...
Why do you have the what? I don't know. The... What'd you say, Shawn?
Why do you have the people working on porting over Diablo 3 to Xbox? Like, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be worth the money that they spent to make it. Like, I don't feel there's a market for like a couple. Is it a 1.5 year old game?
Yeah.
That's gonna be transferred over. That's like already been beaten, and like it didn't come off to like great reviews. You know.
Yeah. No, I
why they
agree.
chose that one to port over, but whatever.
I mean, I think they'll get some new users, right? Just because there's a lot of console. I mean, I walk into GameStop, these people don't even know what Diablo is. You know, they only know console. So
Maybe.
they'll expose some folks to that. But yeah, I agree. It's an old game though. Well, Borderlands 2's $20. That's not that great.
Do either of you know if they even have PvP in Diablo 3 yet? Like, it was promised at launch, and it was promised like a week after launch, and then just never enabled ever, as far as I know.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Then they made this huge deal out of it at Christmas. Like, Christmas is a huge PvP announcement, and then the Christmas PvP announcement was just, we scrapped PvP! Like, they hyped the announcement of like, hey guys, we don't know.
Instead of like, oh, we're gonna have
up.
PvP, it's like we're going to get rid of it. Oh, that's the bastards, man. Okay, so I think I'll try out Dust and
Cube World.
Which one?
Cube World.
Cube World.
Cube World.
Oh, Cube World. Where's that? I don't see that.
It's not on Steam.
Oh, Cube World. Okay.
Sorry.
Is it free to play?
No.
Damn it,
What the fuck, man?
dude.
It's like $15, and it'll get more expensive because it's an alpha now. So it's like, if you buy it now, you get it cheap.
It's an alpha and it's $15. Wow. Okay.
It's not really an alpha though. Like, it's like a full game, as far as I've played it and seen it. It's pretty cool.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see what anybody in the chat's recommending. Oh, Witcher. The original Witcher. I never played the original Witcher. Witcher 2's about to be out, right?
Read the books. I think Witcher 2's been out.
Oh, it's been out. Okay.
Not sure. Books.
So many games, man. Sleeping Dogs too. Yeah, Sleeping Dogs. My goodness, I was so I had Jimmy Wizenhunt casting with me over the weekend, and he told me he spent like $150 in the Steam store.
Nice.
Buying a ton of games, so
Nice.
good stuff. Scribblenauts. Oh man, my kids love Scribblenauts. Oh my god, I've spent so much money on Scribblenauts. It's because of them wanting to buy stuff. It's crazy.